Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What up, good people? What's going on? Happy Sunday to you, man. Appreciate you. Damn, right out the gate with a super chat. Schoolboy coming through with the heat. $2 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Oh my God, what's going on? Chris 3K, first out the limo. Panda. And Schoolboy in the building, man. What's happening with y'all, man? I wanted to talk about the All-Star game, but I'm gonna be all over the place, man. So like however you want to go to, we can get to the Eagles a little bit later. But the purpose of starting this was I was looking at I'm streaming this to Pro Fan Talk and Pro Fan Hoops at the same time, because originally this was just a basketball issue that I was gonna go to. So I was gonna do it on Pro Fan Hoops, but I was like, this is all encompassing because there's been a lot of stuff going on. I've been talking about the Olympics, the curling controversy. I still get a bunch of questions on Twitter about what the Eagles are going to be doing. Hell, I've been doing stuff with gaming because Bungie's new game Marathon is going to be coming out pretty soon, and I was a Destiny fan, so I'm kind of excited about that. I did some artwork, some AI artwork with that, just messing around. I thought it was pretty funny. But the All-Star game, I was like, it all weekend I didn't really hear anything about the All-Star game. Normally, y'all know I got this thing in my head about the threshold. Do you break the threshold? If you're not paying attention, will it get your attention? That's breaking the threshold. If your grandmother, who doesn't follow sports, knows names like Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or Tiger Woods, those people are breaking the threshold. That means they are forcing you to pay attention even when you're not trying to. So I didn't have any news. My weekend consisted of curling, trying to watch Aaron Jackson win another medal. She was the girl, the black girl that won in 2022. But she didn't get a medal this time, but I was watching. So I was watching speed skating. I was watching the luge, the skeleton. I was watching all of these different Winter Olympic events. And I'm like, if the Olympics weren't on, I would not be paying attention to this at all. Speed skating. I'm not paying attention to this at all. But it's got my attention now because it's the Olympics. And not at one time did the NBA stuff creep in to try to draw my attention. The only thing I saw about the NBA was how weak the dunk contest was. I saw everybody talking about that. How weak the dunk contest was. And some of the highlights that I saw, I was like, is that what we doing now? I was like, Cooper DeJean might as well enter the dunk contest. He probably could have won. Because some of the stuff I was seeing, everybody was taking off from inside the free throw line and like just doing regular windmill dunks, and just like there was no artistry to it. There was nothing fun about it, in my opinion. And I was like, ugh. And I saw some people ripping them about it. And it was like, this is meh at best. So what's up, Art? Carlos, the dirty sport of curling. You already know, man. You already know. So, but okay, the 3-point contest was good. Dunk contest was weak. How was the game? I was flipping channels and I saw the game. And I was looking at the score and I was like, I don't want to watch this. And so I went back to, like, right now I got curling on, but I think these games have already went. This is the US and Norway going at each other in curling. I think the US won this match. So I've been watching, hell, I watched Jason Kelsey's piece on his YouTube channel where he was learning about he trained with the bobsled team and all of that type of. I've been dealing with all Winter Olympics today. At no time did the NBA take over my attention, not once. And I'm saying that because I transitioned into what's going on with the WNBA. I told you I'd be all over the place. The WNBA is in a prime spot to take a big chunk of the attention. It's never going to overtake the NBA. It's not. NBA has too many stars, too many mega stars. It's been around too long. It makes too much money. That's what the networks feed off of. It is what it is. They ain't going nowhere. Basketball is a global game, all of that type of stuff. But the way people have been just so meh on the NBA recently, it's like the WNBA. The WNBA is wasting a prime opportunity to take advantage and not even steal some real estate. They just overtake them because a lot of people are sick of the NBA. As much as I like LeBron, but I like LeBron because I'm from Ohio. And I've watched his ascendance since he was a kid in high school. And LeBron James has been the only person that I can think of to come out of high school and dominate the way he's done immediately. There's been a lot of players that come out of high school and had good careers in the NBA, but I can't think of anybody outside of maybe Moses Malone that came right out and just dominated. Do I have that correct? I don't think Moses Malone came out. I don't think he went to college. I could be wrong. So the WNBA with this, if they have a work stoppage, they will have shot themselves in the foot so bad. They will have shot out 3 out of the 4 tires on their car, and they were gaining a legitimate. There's let me rephrase that. They still are gaining a legitimate foothold as far as the attention goes. People want to see at least the Unrivaled was not stupid, and they saw how much success they had when they traveled to Philadelphia. Now they got another city on tour. Now they going to New York. Now I don't know if the New York date was before or after what happened in Philadelphia, but they got another date in New York, and I think that's a smart thing to do because they need to be like the Harlem Globetrotters. Harlem Globetrotters ain't based in Harlem. They ain't got a home and away in Harlem. They went around the world, and people went to those locations. So I think now they probably might not get it like they got it in Philly. Well, maybe they will in New York, but they got to pick their spots. But that's a good thing to do. The problem is now y'all got to travel. Everybody has to travel. So we'll see how that's going to work out. But the point of what I'm trying to say is the WNBA has a perfect opportunity to gain ground on the NBA and to at least, I won't even say they're never going to get close to the NBA, but you can gain a little ground and get better, get paid more money, and so what that what is the average? What is the let's look this up. Let me bring y'all in. Let me see. Second screen. There we go. What is the average salary of NBA players? All right. The average salary of 25, 26 NBA players is 11.9 million. Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to see. Median salary is 6 million. Minimum salary is 1.1 million. So let's just say that the WNBA has an opportunity to generate interest, to generate appeal, um, to build new fans so they can get to that minimum salary. The minimum salary at 1.1 is now what the max salary would be for the WNBA. That's a stepping stone to go from making 270 something thousand over a 4-year contract to making 500,000 and 600,000 a year, and some of your max players getting close to $1 million a year. That is a big step. And in my opinion, they would be stupid not to take this money because, and I'm saying that as they got to sign this deal so they can continue the momentum that they have, because you got what's coming with all of these great players coming from the NCAA. And if nothing else, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, they have shown you that their fandom will travel. And that's what the WNBA needs. They got a whole generation of little girls that are following them now. They didn't have that before for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they never had that before. Exactly, Art. It's a small. I wouldn't even consider it a small step. It's a legitimate step because that is a big step up in money. And then the next step is going to be even bigger because what they're not thinking about is in another 4 or 5 years when they have to redo the CBA again. Now you get legitimate stats that says, hey, we've been rocking like this for the past 7 years. The money's been like this for the past 7 years. Attendance been like this. Tickets have been like this. The endorsements have been like this. The TV money is been consistent. This network they will know exactly what they have and they can roll with it. And by that time, you got a whole nother generation of stars, people coming from college, and the little girls that follow them to the pros. And to me, that is the thing that they just not looking at. All these little girls are not going to be little girls. All these 10 and unders about to be teenagers. All these teenagers about to be young adults. Women spend more money than men. Full stop. So if they have any type of work stoppage this year, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. When they play for the Kobe Foundation, yeah. Okay, everything landed, but the dunk contest. Okay, hell, I heard more about Michael Jordan. Did y'all realize Michael Jordan owned a NASCAR team, and today, his first year as a NASCAR owner, he won the Daytona 500. If you don't follow NASCAR, I do. NASCAR is weird. The Daytona 500 is the big one. The Daytona 500 is like the Super Bowl of NASCAR, but it's the first race of the year. It's the biggest and most prestigious, but it's the first race of the year. They don't race it at the end. So you could win Daytona 500, not win another race, and that was a successful season. And today, Michael Jordan's team won the Daytona 500. So his first year as an owner, he took a picture with the Daytona trophy, hugging it. I don't know if somebody did that to the AI or he did that on purpose, where he was hugging the trophy like he did the first time he won with the Bulls. And I was like, that is pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm a NASCAR fan. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I used to make my wife mad because I got the surround sound. I had a surround sound speaker bar, and NASCAR used to do this thing where they would tell you turn your volume up, and then they would get like high fidelity sound with all of the engines and the cars rushing by, and the house would be shaking, and I loved it. So I don't watch it as much as I watch Bubba Wallace a little bit. Um, my driver is not even driving anymore. I used to be a Dale Jarrett fan. Um, so yeah, so I keep track of it, but I don't watch it like I used to watch it. So um uh Mike has been notoriously bad. He was not good at baseball. But heck, a lot of people believe he had to get out of basketball because he owed too much money. That's a whole other conspiracy right there. But you know what? That might be a good ass video because there are a lot of conspiracies about his gambling debt and the death of his dad. So that's very interesting stuff. So Carlos, I like IndyCar too, but I would rather watch F1 than IndyCar because I don't want to see those high performance cars going in the circle. To me, that just don't make sense. Them kind of cars can. I just like Indy. I like to watch the F1 better. Yeah, Carlos. He apparently he owes somebody. So maybe that story will come out in a couple years. Maybe that's in the Epstein files. Who knows? Who knows, man? So, but yeah, I was thinking about that, man, with the NBA, and it's just like it just ain't got the same pizzazz as it not in the regular season. It does in the playoffs, but in the regular season, it just like here in Philly, Carlos, you already know. Um, Joel Embiid is playing better than I thought he would, for sure. And I don't care. I want to see what he does when the playoffs start, because that's when it matters. And Joel Embiid has not been good in the playoffs. Even when he won the MVP, he wasn't. He cried about it, so happy he got the award. Thought he should have got it the year before, and he probably should have. But then they get bounced super early, and it was like, come on, man, come on. So you know, it's all about the dunk contest. Have you ever seen the Isle of Man race? I have no idea what that is. The Isle of Man? Nah, never seen that. I don't know what that is. Is that like Survivor? Isle of Man race? I don't know. Never heard of it. Let's see what the interweb says about it. Isle of Man. Oh, motorcycle racing. High speed motorcycle time trial event held annually on public roads, closed for racing. Oh, so that's like the motorcycle version of like the off road racing. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I tell you what, when I was in Scotland, I used to watch the what do they call it, the off road, when they go all them crazy courses and you got the guy navigating. That used to be on every day when I was in the World League in Scotland. It was on some channel on BBC One or BBC Sports. It was always rally racing on, and that stuff is fun to watch because they would have that camera mounted inside the car, and you see how fast they going in some of them roads, and oh my god, guys going off the road and tumbling down a 50-foot cliff, landing in the tree, all kind of stuff, man. That rally sport is no joke, no joke. So son, the owner needs to sell the team. The owner of the 76ers, he might need to sell the team, but he ain't gonna sell the team. He'd be crazy to it now because the value ain't gonna do nothing but go up. Just wait a little minute so he can get an extra billion um for Philly. So, you know. Um Panda, I'm gonna check that out, man. I know what you're talking about. Because I've seen it once again when I was over in Europe. Europe, they show all of that type of stuff. States, they don't. States, we stick to what we know: baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. Now we late to the game. We just now getting into soccer. the way the world does, but it's still, the MSL is not quite where it should be, but it's growing. It's growing. And I think it'll get a big boost when the World Cup comes to town. So yeah, schoolboy, but like I said, man, can't nobody tell you what to do with your toys, bro. Can't nobody tell you what to do, man. Rally sport is cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dangerous, exciting, pretty cool. I used to have that game back in the day on my PC. I bought a wheel and everything. Had the foot pedals, all that kind of stuff, man. Man, I wish. Oh, I would love to play that game now with my MetaQuest headset. That would be off the chain. So, um, so yeah. Hey, I gotta show you. I gotta show you my artwork. So hold on for a second. Y'all gonna laugh. I'm such a nerd, man. I ain't gonna lie. So like here is Bungie's marathon, right? So like just the artwork is off the chain. Let me see if I can. Yeah, just the artwork is just next level, right? So I love stuff like this. I love games where you see some things that you've never seen before. Like just the like stuff like this is crazy. This is the Bungie um I guess publicity video that they made. I don't even this was a while back, but like just the artwork and especially me being in digital design and all this kind of stuff. So I'm always looking at motion graphics, 3D graphics. I'm always looking at stuff like this, man. Always looking at stuff like this. I love it. I think it looks fantastic. But then, so this is what I did. So I took some of my pictures and I put them in AI. So I came up with some prompts to make some of my pictures look like marathon characters in the shells and all that kind of stuff. And this is some of the stuff that I came. This was the best one. This was done in Firefly. Normally I use Nano Banana, but this was done in Firefly. This one came out the best. Um, the only thing though, the original picture didn't have my goatee, so I added the goatee. I should have made it the same green color as the different parts of my head, but I still think this is a dope ass shot. So I added the marathon logo, and I put my name at the top right corner, um, in like a old style computer font. Stuff like that, man. I get crazy for stuff like that. And then this is another one that I did. Still got me in the Eagles hoodie. So, and this was an action shot. This was more like a stylized piece, but I like the eyes. It's got my glasses. You can tell it's me, um, with the assault rifle running. And then of course the last one. I thought this was pretty good too. Gotta rep the Eagles. Got the eyes on there. Now this time the goatee stuck, but I didn't like what it did with the face because it looks like literally looks like face paint, not necessarily a molded cybernetic piece. So because usually when you see the lines in the androids, like the lines are like the seams where the face is put together. If you've seen Ghost in the Shell, you know what I'm talking about. So one of my favorite movies. So yeah, that was just me nerding out today. That was just me nerding out today. I pre-ordered the game because it comes out on the 26th. They have a server slam, so that'll be fun. I'm thinking about go ahead and starting a game channel because I play Arc Raiders, and I don't even play games a lot, but the games that I do play, I'll probably play maybe 2-3 times a week or whatever. So, but it's still I still enjoy it. It's still a lot of fun. Um, so yeah, if anybody playing marathon, holla at your boy. Should be fun. But let me see. Let me go back. Now we're gonna go back. So yeah. So I guess Anthony Edwards was the MVP today. Yep. So I heard a lot of people mentioning how many empty seats were in the arena. And I see how they have it lit up. Because somebody made mention of like the armrest lights, and I didn't understand what they were talking about. But now that I see this picture and I see all of the lights in the background, it's very difficult to see because this looks like most of the crowd has left for the trophy thing. They're trying to get to their cars and beat the traffic. But I understand what they were saying because they said the lights made it very difficult to see how many people were actually in the crowd, and apparently there were a lot of empty seats. So, um, so yeah, hope they got better at it, or it got better towards the end of the day, or whatever. I'm very interested to see what the ratings are. That'll come out in the next couple of days, and there'll be a couple of articles about that. So that should be fun. But again, to my original point with the WNBA, they are at a point where they can gain a little bit of ground, or I should say a good amount of ground on the NBA. Because people, again, I like LeBron, but a lot of people are sick of LeBron. And they don't like the way the game is played anymore, and load management and all of those things that everybody has discussed ad nauseum. Um, they looking for a outlet. So, we'll see what they're gonna do. We see what they're gonna do. Adam Silver got some decisions to make because this ain't working. But this is the same thing that's happened. It happened with the Pro Bowl. The problem is you paying these guys so much money. What happens if one of these jokers get hurt in an All-Star game? That's why they don't. The All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, hell, even the 90s, them jokers used to play. They used to play. They used to go at it. In the 90s and 2000s, the All-Star game it was it was basically just everybody was throwing up jump shots until the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter, it was like everybody got serious because everybody wanted that money. So, but at least they still played. Now, there's so much money in these contracts, they don't want to risk nobody getting hurt, doing something dumb, a stupid dunk, or you get pushed over or you just trip. It could be harmless, but the risk is still there if you playing basketball. So the teams ain't really crazy about that anymore. So Pan, I'm with you. I didn't know what city he was in. I totally forgot. I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. Um, Carlos said YouTube is getting annoying with these ads. Listen, let me tell you about the ads, bro. All right. This is what I tell people to do. If you watching me on your computer, get a second device, a phone, an iPad, another computer, whatever it is, and log into my channel and just let it go. Let the ads play, because that's how I get paid. If I get like 1,000 views and everybody's watching, everybody's letting the ads play the full length, because most of the time you click off the ad after about 3 to 5 seconds, or because they pay for that. So you got the ads that you can click off, then you got the ads that say won't let you skip it until it's played for at least 15 seconds, and then you got the ads where the advertiser has paid YouTube to let that ad play in its entirety, so you can't skip it. But my point is that when the rule says if you do a stream or if you make a video longer than 8 minutes, YouTube can put ads on it, and that's how people get paid. I'm waiting to get so I can get a sponsor. That's what I'm really talking about, getting a sponsor. So it's all part of the game, bro. That's why I have 2 and 3 screens going at the same time. Because at this point, everybody got at least 1 or 2. Everybody got at least 2 devices. You got a computer and you got a phone. Those are the 2 devices. If you're on your computer, set it up on your phone. If you're on your phone, set it up on a computer. And whatever you're not actively engaging with, just walk away because I got this on my one computer, my second computer, or my second monitor. I got a Mac over there. I got an iPad, and all I do is set it up on all the other ones and just let it go and let all the ads play, all that kind of stuff. That's the way it works. VR sickness is hunting you. Schoolboy, I know what you're talking about. I do not like the split screen ads either. That's something new. Sony is remaking the God of War trilogy. That's good. God of War. I had God of War Ragnarok and I finished that game. That game was phenomenal because I like games with stories. I'm not big like on fighting games and stuff like that. I want a game with a story. The Last of Us, God of War. There was a game I played called Soma, probably one of the best endings to a game ever. KOTOR back in the day, Knights of the Old Republic. That, in my opinion, that was the best twist ending ever. KOTOR was. So yeah, man, it was God of War is gonna be good. That's a good one. They're supposed to be making a movie about that. So the Intuit Dome, okay, that's what it's called now. It'll probably change in 3 years. So, but that was it, man. I just wanted to talk about that. I was watching the Olympics, now they didn't turn it off. So, but all right, man, I wasn't gonna be with y'all too long, man. Just wanted to get some stuff off, talk about some things. It's probably gonna be a big week. Eagles making moves, more Olympics, and heck, the Phillies are in the news now. So, and of course the WNBA stuff. I'm gonna keep bringing you that. But the new hires are good, man. I don't have any opinions on the hires until I see them in action, man. So it's hard to say. You know, everybody wants to say this guy's going to be great or this guy's going to suck. This guy doesn't have experience and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, here's how I look at it. All of the big names we were talking about when all of this stuff first started happening. Mike McDaniel, Brian Daboll, Clint Kubiak, Cliff Kingsbury, any big name coach that you can think of. Pay attention to which of those coaches have success next season. Pay attention to that. And I'm saying that because it doesn't matter if you got the big name or if you didn't. Sometimes a change in environment and location is necessary. Just because Sean Mannion doesn't have any experience doesn't mean he's not going to be good. Because to my point, there's going to be a lot of people that got crazy experience that probably shouldn't have got hired, or they're going to have another losing record, or they're going to be picking first in 2027 draft. So you got to wait and see. Everybody wants to put out lists and wants to give you their synopsis and their opinions and hot takes on these coaches. But at the end of the day, nobody knows shit. Nobody knows anything. So when camp starts, we're going to find out. So I hope that Sean Mannion is up to task. I think that he is because I trust the fact that the Eagles will do their homework in a hire like this. So I got faith. You know me. I'm supreme trust in Howie, man. Cornerbacks coach, he'll be fine. As long as he's working under Vic Fangio, what are we worried about? That's how I see it. So we're good to go. It's not even really time to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? It's not even time to ask questions. The time to ask questions is after the combine and going into the draft, because now the shift changes to who are we looking for? Who is on our big board? Who is going to be available? Are you looking for a particular guy? Do you want the best available? Are you looking to make a deal? All of that type of stuff. And that's going to give you clues on what we're trying to do next year. But right now, nobody knows. Nobody knows. So you just got to kind of sit down and wait for it. I don't think Howie's going to make any moves. He ain't going to move. If he wants to move AJ, that ain't going to happen until after June 1st anyways. And there's so many things that can happen before June 1st. None more important than the NFL draft. So um, if Howie drafts a receiver, we'll know the writing's on the wall, different stuff like that. So we got too much time. And we got to give all of these coordinators and stuff, got to give them at least a half a year before you pass any type of judgment. That's what I feel. So, yep, everything is reckless speculation. Shout out to Hugh Douglas. Reckless speculation, man. So, yep, combine is going to get started. And same things happen every year at the combine. There's going to be one guy that nobody's heard of, and he's going to blow everybody away. There's going to be another guy that everybody's heard of, and they're going to blow everybody away. And then there's going to be a guy that everybody thought was all world, and he's not. He's going to have an average workout. So there's going to be a couple players from small schools, a couple players from big schools that are going to raise their draft stock. And conversely, there's going to be some guys at big schools that they're going to drop their draft stock because of how poor they perform, whether it's right or wrong. So I'm not real worried about it. We got plenty of time. But rest assured, camp will be here before you know it. Mark my words. So it's all good, man. It's all good. So, but all right, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I just wanted to holler at y'all for a minute, man. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We're gonna kick it back up tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll be back at it. The mics will be open. You want to come on, talk your talk. On my way to 8,500, I'm at like 8444. So I got I need about a little over 500 subs to get to 9,000, and then of course the goal is to get to 10,000. Keep it moving. So we working on it. We working on it. So, but appreciate y'all jumping in with me. I'm about to get up out of here. Give me a snack. I've been eating grapes all day. I found a good batch of grapes, so I've been killing it. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Have a good week at work. Hope y'all don't get no more snow. And I will holler at y'all later. And as usual and always, go Birds.